If you think fat loss on a plant-based diet has to be complicated, it doesn't. This is exactly what I'm eating right now to lose fat and build muscle at almost 70 years old. Today I'm going to walk you through a full day of eating while I'm on my cut. What's a cut? A cut is when you're trying to lose fat. I'll be focusing on losing body fat and maintaining or even building muscle. My calories are in a 1400 to 1500 calorie range. I think it's really important to be in a range and not be so militant that you have to have an exact number. Between 14 to 1500 is what I'll be doing. My protein's going to be between 120 and 120 grams. My fat grams are around 38 to 42 grams. I like my fiber high between 45 and 50 grams. And carbs anywhere between 170 and 215. Plenty of carbs. I eat plenty of carbs. I'm not afraid of carbs. Most of my carbs come from whole foods. Now, to be honest, I eat very simply. I eat the same things over and over. Some people might even think it's boring, but when you want results, simple and consistency is key. So let me show you what that looks like. We're going to do my morning coffee, we're going to do breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, and yes, even dessert. You don't need fancy recipes, you don't need diet tricks, and you definitely don't need to cut carbs. You need consistency, enough protein and fiber, and food you can repeat without thinking. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to show you exactly how. I change up my morning coffee, whatever you want to call it, every once in a while, but right now this is the kick I'm on. I always use my happy cup. No one else is allowed to use it. It's my cup. Then I will add some Dandy Blend. Then I will add either this cuppa healthy coffee. It's got mushrooms and stuff in it. This is French vanilla, and it's pretty good. Or I will do my Four Sigmatic, which also is mushroom coffee. It's a little different combinations, and it has a little bit of caffeine in it. And I can drink caffeine, I just have my limits and I know what they are and I push them. And then for sweetener, I do this monk fruit with allulose, which I like better than the erythritol. And it's less sweet than erythritol, so you need to use a little bit more if you want your coffee on the sweeter side. So that's how I start my cup. Today I'll use the cuppa. And this is, a serving size is a tablespoon, but I only put a teaspoon in my cup because I'm going to be using like regular coffee as well. And for the Dandy Blend, this serving size is a teaspoon, so. And then for the allulose, this is 2 teaspoons as a serving, and I usually put in 3. Then I just add a little bit of hot water just to dissolve all that. Next, I add in some almond milk, and I measure it because I'm tracking all my calories. So this is 3 tablespoons. That goes in there. Then this is my homemade French vanilla creamer. I'm still working on the recipe. I think this may be it, but I'm going to try one more iteration. And then I put in 3 tablespoons of this. Because when you're on a cut, you want to measure everything. That is how you know if you're in a calorie deficit. If you're not doing an accurate count, how do you know? Then we do pour over coffee here. And I just have like a half a scoop of just regular coffee. And I can see through here how much I need to put in my cup. And then we just fill that up to the top and let it drain through. Now this may seem complicated to you and a lot of different things, but this is what I like. I've come up with a combination that truly satisfies me in the morning, and I only do 1 cup of coffee, so I want it to be perfect. So this is my little obsession in the morning, is to have these different combinations, and these are the flavors that work for me. But if you just want to do regular coffee or no coffee or whatever your little routine is, that's perfect. I watched a podcast on YouTube, which is The Diary of a CEO, and they had a sleep expert on. And he talked about how to delay your coffee in the morning. He said 90 minutes. I go maybe 45 to an hour. I'll leave the link down below so you can watch it yourself. It's long, it's like 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, I was taking notes during it. It was really good. So that was a key thing. So I've been delaying my coffee in the morning. Yeah, you'll just have to watch it. There's more to it than that, but very, very interesting. And it's really been helping my sleep with some of the things that he talked about in the documentary. And he talked about a lot of different things, but being, postmenopausal and how your sleep changes as you go through perimenopause and all that. And then, and he goes through the whole science of what goes on in your brain when you're sleeping, when you wake up, with melatonin and adenosine. And as a nurse, I love that stuff. Here are the components for my breakfast. I have my high protein bagel. I have my lentil breakfast bite. I have my vegan sausage and my Greek yogurt. Now, the lentil breakfast bites is basically my mung bean eggs, but I just substituted red lentils for the mung beans, which gave me a little bit more protein. And then the sausage is made with TVP. I will leave either the recipe or the link to the video that has the recipe. And I eat this every day. I don't always have the sausage, but I always have the just egg or the lentil breakfast bites, my bagel, and my yogurt. And I make these every week, so I always have them on hand. So I'm gonna heat these up in the microwave. Yes, I use the microwave, and I'm gonna toast my bagel, and then we'll put it all together. Okay, so I warmed these up. I toasted my bagel. I've got a tablespoon of my yogurt. Look at how thick and creamy this is. I love it. So this is like my cream cheese. Then we just plop these on top. And there you have your easy breakfast, 34 grams of protein, and I'll leave the full macros down below. Okay, here you go. Let's give it a taste. Who doesn't want a breakfast sandwich? All right, this is real life, people. This is what I look like in the morning. Nothing fancy. Got my glasses, got my dark circles. Who cares, right? This is what we look like in the morning when we wake up. You'll see me all dolled up later. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my sandwich, then I've got some work to do, and then I'll just take you through the rest of my meals for the day, up through and including dessert. All right, see you soon. So for lunch, I like to add a little bit of a smoothie, and all I have in here is a cup of almond milk, and then I'm gonna add some Earth Chimp protein powder, the vanilla, and Earth Chimp is by far my favorite. You can use whatever kind of protein powder you would like. I like Earth Chimp for many reasons. It's a small company. It's based in Ireland, and it's all natural. It's got probiotics. It's got no sugar, no erythritol, so I enjoy it. So I'm just gonna blend this up, and then I'm gonna show you what else I'm having. So this is lunch. I have broccoli, and I've got my soy-free tofu, the Big Mountain. So this is with the little smoothie there, 30 grams of protein, and got lots of fiber, so it's all good. And spoiler alert, I'll probably have the same thing for dinner. That's what I've been doing lately. All right, so I'm gonna go enjoy lunch, and then we'll see what I come up with dinner if we add anything new. If you find yourself feeling a little snacky, then a cup of tea is great. I like to have a cup of green tea or peach tea. Green tea does have a little bit of caffeine, so that's what I would drink during the day. And then at night, I'll just drink some peach tea. It's really relaxing. And so if you're feeling kind of snacky, tea's great. Also, I really like these Zevia sodas. They're sweetened with stevia. and they have all kinds of flavors, and they're no calories, and they're a little bit sweet, so you get that if you're having a little sweet tooth, this is good too. They have all kinds of flavors: grape, orange, root beer, cream soda, ginger ale. They have like a Dr. Pepper, so a cola. So these are great to have on hand too. I don't drink these every day, but I do have them in the back room. So if I'm feeling like a soda, or just like I'm snacky and I'm in between lunch and dinner, then I'll drink a soda, and it just takes that edge off. So these are the kinds of things I do when I am trying to lose fat, when I'm in a cut. I have these little strategies, and you do what you got to do, right? And right now I am super locked in and very inspired and very motivated, and I have all my systems in place, so I will be on track. So it's very important to have some kind of systems in place. So when you are doing a cut, or even just maintenance in your everyday life, if you just don't want to overeat, you need to have systems in place. And what I mean by that is you have your meals, your go-tos on hand all the time. You have your healthy snacks on hand, so you don't resort to eating unhealthy. I always have my bagels, my yogurt, my little lentil bites. I have my vegan sausages. I have veggies already steamed or cut up. I'll steam a bunch of potatoes, or I'll make a big amount of rice. So I have things in the refrigerator that are simple, easy, throw on a plate, throw on a sauce, and I don't have to think about it. That's one thing that drives me crazy, is what am I gonna eat? I hate that. I wanna know what I'm going to eat day in, day out. And I pretty much keep it the same, and I don't have that decision fatigue. And that's one thing that has been helping me to be successful. And I've done it for years. So if you can get some kind of system, a system is another word for habits. What are your habits that you fall back on when things get tough? It's like you always are going to brush your teeth. You're always going to take a shower. Those things you're not going to not do. So why isn't your eating the same thing? And you need to find what works for you. You can try to do what I do. It might not work for you. It might work for you. You know, I've watched a lot of videos, watched a lot of people on YouTube. I have tried different things, and I came up with my own system, with my own habits that I can rely on, that work for me. Whether I'm at home or I'm traveling, it's just something that is a staple. All right, I'm going to show you what I'm making for dinner. It's going to be no surprise. And then we still have dessert to go, so stick around. All right, I'm gonna have a quick little snack. I'm gonna have some blueberries. Fruit's great. Berries are really good because they're really low in calories, and so many good things in here for you. A lot of antioxidants, and a perfect little snack. And they're sweet. All right, no surprise here. Here is dinner. I've got more of my soy-free tofu. I've got a potato. I swapped out the green beans instead of broccoli. And then of course my sweet chili sauce. Then I will just sprinkle a little salt on the potato and a little black pepper overall. And there you go. Quick, simple, easy, high protein, high fiber. And now my favorite part of the day, dessert. I've got some of my Greek yogurt. I'll leave the link to the Greek yogurt down in the description box so you can make it yourself, or you can use store-bought, as long as it's vegan and it's plain and it's the Greek style. And then I'm going to add some of my favorite protein powder. I'm going to add some chocolate chips, and we're going to blend that all up. I've made this before for you guys, and I've still been eating it for, I don't know, months. I have to look back on the first time I showed it to you. And we're going to be really decadent, and we're going to add some coconut whipped cream. Just a little bit. A couple tablespoons. And then just a teeny little bit of this. I mean, just a teeny bit. Just drizzle it on. And that is my dessert. And all the macros will be in the description box. All right, that's exactly what I'm eating these days to lose fat at almost 70 years old. And with this amount of protein, I'm going to definitely be protecting my muscle. It's simple meals, higher protein, high fiber, nothing extreme, mostly whole foods, all plant-based, just simple and consistent. If you like this video and you learned something, please subscribe so we can get stronger together. Make sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. Everything I mentioned today will be in the description box, recipes, or link to a video that has that recipe, all my favorite discount codes, my cookbook, my Facebook group, my 14-day reset to routine, all those links will be down below. If you made it this far in the video, comment below with simple, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. Remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate. Until next time, thank you.